Letting go of someone who caused you deep emotional harm shouldn't feel like grief, but it does. It feels like grieving a version of you that you barely recognize anymore. It feels like you're cutting off a limb, even when you know that limb has been infected for years. And when it's a trauma bond, you're not just letting go of the person, you're letting go of the illusion, the fantasy, the cycles of maybe one day they'll change. Hi, I'm Coach Nia Renee, a certified relationship coach and trauma informed guide for survivors of narcissistic abuse. And today, we're unpacking what it means to let the abuser go, and more importantly, how to begin the sacred process of gaining yourself back. This isn't just about breaking a connection, it's about reclaiming your reflection. When you've been trauma bonded, it's not as simple as walking away. That person became intertwined with your identity. You adjusted who you were to keep the peace. You made yourself smaller to fit inside the love they offered. And the deeper the bond, the harder it is to tell where they end and you begin. The truth is, trauma bonds aren't about love, they're about survival. They're formed through cycles of abuse, manipulation, and reward. They gaslight you, then hold you while you cry. They break you, then comfort you. They hurt you, then tell you they'll never do it again. And you believe them, not because you're naive, but because you wanted to believe that love could conquer pain. Because you needed to believe that the person you saw in the beginning, the charming, attentive, magnetic version of them, was real. So letting go, it feels like tearing your nervous system apart, like grieving someone who's still alive, like walking away from a dream you built your life around. But here's the truth. That grief is sacred. It's the sound of you waking up. Let's talk about what no one tells you about healing from a trauma bond, the silence that comes after. Because after the chaos, the noise, the emotional ping pong game, there's this terrifying quiet. And in that quiet, fear creeps in. You might ask, who even am I without them? Was I the problem? What if no one ever loves me again? But here's what I want you to know. The fear doesn't mean you made the wrong decision. It means your body is detoxing from emotional dependency. The trauma bond trained in your brain to associate pain with intimacy. It taught your body to find comfort in dysfunction. And when you remove that dysfunction, your nervous system panics. It's not because you're weak. It's because you were conditioned to survive someone who was never safe. So be gentle with the fear. Let it rise, but don't let it lead. Because what's on the other side of that fear is freedom. Letting go isn't just blocking them or deleting the photos, it's deeper than that. You letting go of the identity you created to keep the relationship alive. You're releasing the version of yourself that walked on eggshells, made excuses, twisted yourself into emotional origami, trying to be lovable enough for someone who fed off your self-doubt. You're letting go of the fantasy, of the false hope that they'd wake up and finally see your worth, of the belief that if you had just done more, they would have changed. And with that release comes a raw, unsettling question. If it wasn't real, then what does that say about me? Let me answer that. It says you loved deeply. It says you gave someone chances they didn't earn because you believed in their potential. It says you were committed, loyal, hopeful, and real. But now it's time to be committed, loyal, hopeful, and real to yourself. Letting go doesn't mean you failed. It means you finally succeeded at choosing you. Here's where the magic begins. After the silence, after the crying on the bathroom floor, after the moments where you almost call them back, there's this quiet voice inside you that starts whispering, I miss me. That's the voice we follow. Gaining yourself back isn't a light switch, it's a return, a remembering, a rebirth. Step 1, let yourself grieve. You are not crazy for missing them. You are detoxing from manipulation. Grieve without shame. Cry over what should have been. Let it move through you. Step 2, reintroduce yourself to you. Write a list of who you were before them, not the polished version, the raw one, the one who loved dancing, who dreamed big, who laughed too loud. Ask yourself, what parts of me did I put away to be loved by them? Step 3, practice self-loyalty. Every time you choose not to reach out, every time you say no more, you are building your trust back brick by brick. Step 4, set new boundaries internally and externally. That voice in your head that sounds like them, That's not your truth. Start replacing it with a new internal narrative. I deserve peace. I choose myself now. I do not chase people who confuse me. Healing is messy, nonlinear, and tender, but you're doing it, and that's sacred. Letting go is one thing. Staying gone, that's where your self-love becomes your compass. Because there will be days when the loneliness is loud, when your body aches for what's familiar, even if it was harmful. That's when self-love steps in, not the spa day kind, but the boundary kind. Self-love says, I don't entertain people who make me question my reality. I'd rather be alone in peace than attached in pain. My love is not a reward for someone else's potential. And self-love becomes the practice of reinforcing that love. Drinking water and eating real meals because your healing body deserves to be nourished. Writing down intrusive thoughts and challenging them with truth. Spending time with people who reflect your wholeness back to you, not your wounds. Self-care is how you say, I matter. Not once, but daily. It's how you stay free even when the bond tries to pull you back. It's your anchor when the waves of memory crash in. You are your safest home now. Letting the abuser go doesn't mean the pain disappears overnight, but it does mean you're finally choosing something different, something safer, something softer, something that doesn't make you beg for peace. You're not losing love, you're redefining it. So if today you feel broken or behind or like you're failing at moving on, I want you to hear this. You are not behind. You are healing at your own pace. You are not weak for missing them. You are strong for choosing to stay gone. If this resonated, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. And if you're ready to go deeper in your healing journey, check the description for my coaching program and free resources. This is not the end. This is your becoming.